Hello, you caught me. Hi, welcome to Wisdom from the Angels. My name is Carolyn. I'm so glad you're joining us today. For people who have been on the channel before, thank you for coming back. I hope you have subscribed. If not, go ahead and hit the subscribe buttons and also hit the bell next to it so you get an email notification. And at the end, if you really love this video, please go ahead and give it a likes button so I can move up in the YouTube world. And if you're new, welcome to the family, welcome to the community. Here in our community, you will find yourself supported and you'll find kind, loving, powerful energy from the angels. I am a channel. I am also an empath. I am also a Reiki master, and I have a master instructor or master teacher certification in other areas as well. I also do remote and distant healing, and I suggest for someone who's just getting their first session with me that they do the 90 minutes, and I really ask you to allow for 2 hours because we have a conversation before your session even begins. If we do an angel card reading, it can be 30 minutes or 60 minutes. You choose. And you also have the opportunity to ask as many questions as you'd like in that time frame and get clarity and guidance on it. I also have something new up. One question, $22, you get the information by email. 2 questions, $33, you get the information by email. Now the in-person and angel card readings that we do for 30 or 60 minutes can be done by phone or by Zoom or Skype, whichever you're comfortable with. We can also do the distance healing by phone or by Skype or Zoom. I suggest by phone because that gives you the opportunity to get comfortable either in your favorite chair or on the couch or on your bed. If you fall asleep, go right ahead and go to sleep. We'll discuss afterwards what has come up or what my impressions are. Okay? So let's get into the reading for today. As my buddy says, it's hump day. And yes, it is. What an exciting, wonderful week we've had so far. And I am recording this on Monday because I am sincerely hoping that my voice can hold out. I've been having some voice issues, and I know what that's about. I've been doing a lot of talking and been talking to a lot of people. And at times I gave a speech and I had to project my voice. And so that may be causing it, as well as falling asleep under the air conditioning. So I'm sure all those factors are playing into this, as well as the powerful energy that we had at the beginning of the week in, full moon in Aquarius. We are also in Leo season. So lots of very interesting, lots of very intense, lots of very bold energy. Leo is about boldness, about leadership, about intense times. If you know any Leos, you notice that they have very childlike quality about them, very playful, but then they can also be very serious. We also have Aquarius, and Aquarius is all about what's going on upstairs. It's about new technology, new ideas, new prospects, and new inspirations. So we're working with both those energies this week, and the moon will continue to evolve until we get to Saturday, where we will be dealing with the Lion's Gate, which happens every August on August the 8th, and it is only shifted by what the moon's energy is at that time, because we're still working with the Leo moon, and it is a very powerful portal, and we're going to talk about that on Friday's session, where I get into some other things, okay? And I may just put out a separate video for the Lion's Gate. I think I mentioned that before. Okay, so let's get into it. I have my trusty rose quartz crystal, and I'm going to be using that today. I'm also going to take a moment and call in the angels because I like to do that before each reading. So get quiet. I hope you're not driving, but if you are, keep your eyes open. If you're not, close your eyes and do this with me, okay? So that we can bring in the energies that are just right for this community. I'm hearing that the energy this week is going to be very strong. I'm hearing that we are going to get some new information that's coming in. I'm hearing that we are going to be hearing new announcements being made. I know that the Democratic Party is going to be supposed to be choosing their VP at some point in time, especially before their convention, which I think begins on the 17th of August, but which is right before the new moon in Leo. But we'll talk about that a little later. But there is a lot going on the planet. There's a lot going on in our communities as well as within ourselves. So if you're finding this month or this week that your energies are a little off and you're feeling a little scattered, ground yourself. How do you do that? Put your right hand on your left knee, your left hand on your right knee. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor. Close your eyes and get still within. And when you start to feel still and quiet and calm, that means you have grounded. And for some people who've been doing it for a while, it may take a matter of seconds. For others, it may take several minutes. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and really get calm and really start to think about what you would like that message to be for this week, especially on our hump day. Okay, so which energy is spirit? Which energy is spirit? Okay, my hand got warm when I got to Messages from Heaven. So the 3 decks we're going to be working with today is Messages from Heaven by Jackie Newcomb. I like to tell you this, so if you have these decks, you can go pull them. Most of them have books that go along with them. I don't always read from the book. I usually take an intuitive read about what's going on, and sometimes I will go into the book for a deeper meaning. But if you have the book, you can read the meaning, or you can also pick more cards around the same reading. The next deck is Angel Answers by Radley Valentine. Radley was one of my teachers, and along with Doreen Virtue. The next deck is Angels, Gods, and Goddesses. This is one of my favorite decks by one of my favorite oracle card developers, Tony Carmine Salerno. Tony has several decks out, but his decks are always profound. The messages are powerful, and the art on his cards are wonderful. So hopefully the angels will direct me to begin using that deck to get clarification. And I'm also pulling off the messages from the angels deck. I'm using a smoky quartz crystal to clear it. Okay? So let me go ahead and shuffle this deck. I hope where you are, the weather is beautiful. I heard at some point the East Coast might be getting a storm or is having a storm. I don't keep up with the news. Sorry. And so I pray that everyone is safe and that they are secure in their homes and that they're healthy and that their families are safe and healthy as well. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead. They're saying do 2 more. Okay. This is 3. So I want me to do 4. So do 5. Okay, 5. Okay. Alrighty, so we are at Hump Day, and now we're going to see what is the message. What is the message, Spirit? Spirit, angels, guides. What is the message for today? What is the message? What is the message? Okay, take those 2 and take what's on the bottom. Alrighty. So remember, this is for Messages from Heaven. So let's see. Let me put the quartz back on that deck to keep it clear. First card that came out was listen to your inner voice as we try to guide you. Use your intuition. And that came up Monday and Tuesday, to start really paying attention to your own inner GPS. What is your own inner GPS called? Your intuition. Okay? It says, we will assist you in helping the important people in your life. Use love. And you see 2 giraffes, and I love giraffes. And they are standing next to each other. They're some of the most magnificent creatures if you see them up close, unfortunately, in zoos. But if you're ever able to go out on safari, which I was looking forward to doing this year, and then along came the pandemic, and there went my travel plans right out the window. But that's okay. No, that's okay. That's okay. I'll go when I'm supposed to in divine timing, right? And if you look at this card, there are 4, 7, 10 stars around them. 10 is a very powerful number. When you reduce it, it comes back to the number 1. And it is all about us being in oneness with each other. And while there are 2 giraffes on this deck, we can come to a common ground. And that's what being in oneness with each other is all about. Okay? And what was... this is the leopard on this one. And it is 1, but it is all about our intuition and listening to our guidance, our inner guidance. And this one says, we have fun and you too must enjoy yourself. So we're looking at, we are right now in Leo season, bold energy, sun energy, all about having fun, being childlike, being creative, expressing ourselves in new ways. And when we're listening to our intuition, we are being guided to express ourselves in a very new and important way. And with the 2 giraffes that are showing up, it's saying, come on, we can be more loving and kind to each other. There's a lot going on the planet. Find ways that you can be loving and kind to each other. First, begin loving yourself. First, begin really paying attention to your own wants and needs. When we do that, we have more energy to help take care of others. The last card says, go have some fun, okay? Have some fun, and the angels are saying, we're having fun. You go have some fun too, because we must learn how to enjoy ourselves in life. We must learn that no matter what we're doing, enjoy ourselves, whether you're cooking, gardening, baking bread, cleaning out a closet, listening to music, dance, out in nature. If you're at work, enjoy what you do. And I remember when my children were young, or I think it was my son, my daughter would ask me this later on. And he said, Mom, what do you want me to grow up and be? And I said, happy. And he said, Mom, stop being a hippy-dippy. What do you want me to grow up and be? And I said, happy. He said, Mom. He said, do you want me to be? I said, I don't understand your question. He said, do you want me to be a doctor or a lawyer? Or I said, I want you to be whatever you wish to be. I want you to be happy when you're doing it. I want you to look forward to doing it. I want you to go to work with a smile on your face. I want you to enjoy what you're doing. I said, and the other reason that I want you to truly enjoy it, I didn't realize we were being washed out. It's the way the sun is shifted, is that you're going to be doing it for a long time. So enjoy what you do. Get out there and really bring forth into life exactly what it is that you wish to be your gift to the world. How do you wish to show up? And I'm also being guided by the angels to use Tony Salerno's deck, Angels, Gods, and Goddesses. Oh, and I'm looking at the pups. They're each sleeping on different pillows. That's so cute. That's another way you can enjoy yourself. Play with your pets. Have some fun with them. My dogs are small and they don't go outside often, and they've been trained to go on paper in the house. So when the weather is bad, I'm just like, yes, thank goodness. But they do get out of the house every now and again. And 3 cards, they're saying, take the 3 that fell out. The 3 that fell out, the first one is Angel of Psychic Abilities. Your intuitive and psychic abilities are strong at the present, and they are this week, especially this week, with the Lion's Gate at the end of the week, with the full moon, where you released a lot of things you no longer need. And now with they're telling us and giving us confirmation that our psychic abilities are very strong. So if you're feeling intuitively called to do something, start to write it down, start to hone. If it's a new idea, start to really work it and pull it apart. How can you do it? Reverse engineer it. Now, what is reverse engineering? On a piece of paper, here's the piece of paper. Start down here what you want the final goal to be, and then start working backwards until you get to that first step. And then start taking baby steps toward that first step every single day. And imagine if you get to next year and you did a single step every single day, you would be 365 steps closer to your goal, okay? The next one is Angel of Self-Worth, and she's beautiful with all of her beautiful feathers, as well as the blue around her, surrounding her. And we were called to, on Monday, bring in blue-colored stones because we were dealing with Aquarius. But this says you are currently undervaluing yourself. It's time for you to regain your self-worth. And that is all about the Lion's Gate, beginning to see what is your value in the world. What can you bring to the world that is unique and different? We all have our own gifts. And you might have 20 different tarot card readers in the same room, or even angel card readers in the same room. And I guarantee you they will each have their own unique way of bringing that message forward. Why? Because they all have different gifts. And the last card that came out is God of the Arts. And the message says the artist within you is about to emerge. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to start painting canvases and become produce something like Picasso or Matisse, or even, any number of artists that are out there. But be your own unique self. Bring your own unique voice out. Let it shine. Let it begin to really show up. And let it be people begin to see you as you really are, with all of your creativity and all of your gifts. Bring them to the world. And why not? Because why not begin today and listen to that inner voice so that our gifts can come out? And what is our inner voice? Our GPS, our intuition. And begin to assist in helping others and show love and have a lot of fun. The angels are having fun. Why aren't you? And use your psychic abilities to do that, and begin to really hone in on your intuitive gifts, and really start showing up and using and following, and figure out, what is my value in the world? What do I bring to the world with all my unique gifts and all of my psychic abilities? And it's saying, start now to develop in a creative way and an artistic way, a way of bringing those gifts to the world. Now, not sure which which artist to call in is what I was going to say, but not sure which angel to call in. Get the flock in here. That's what we say on this channel. We say, get the flock in here. So if anyone else is using that on any other channel, they copied me, and that's a real tap on my back. Getting the flock in here means call in whomever you feel that you need guidance from. Okay? And it's just saying, angels, get the flock in here. Assistance needed. You can just start like that, simple. You don't have to have a long conversation at the beginning or at any point. Then begin to ask for what you want. Ask for guidance. Ask for clarity. Ask for inspiration. Ask to be shown, where am I headed? How do I use my heart more? How do I show up authentically? How do I bring forth all my gifts, or the most important gifts, where I can be of service to the world? Because that's what we're being called to do. We're being called to show up, to bring our gifts out so that we can support and help each other. We are all in this together. We are one galactic family. We are one universal family. And we are part of a bigger piece of the puzzle of this galaxy that we are in, and of the universe. We do have to start working together. We do have to start sharing together. We are all in this together. Okay? So, like I've said before, how do you connect with the angels? Put your hands over your heart. Get quiet, get still within, and begin to just speak to the angels. Call on them for whatever you need. Angels, what's a good thing to have for dinner tonight? Wait and hear the answer. It might come to you as something you hear on the radio or the TV, or in a song, or an idea goes across your head and you're like, wait, I never even thought to have that for dinner. That's how we get inspiration. Listen to what shows up. If signs start to show up like money on the ground, the angels are saying, we're here. We're waiting on you. Hello. If you start to see feathers, if you start to see the same numbers repeating, look them up. If 111 is repeating, 222, 333, 555, 777, 999, 1111. Start to look at those numbers and see what that meaning is in your life. Okay? And look them up. Google it. That's what we have technology for. When did technology start to really come into play? As we started to breathe in the pathway of the age of Aquarius. We haven't quite got there yet. It is taking us time to get there, because we don't just jump into these new phases of our evolution. It takes time. Okay? On this side of the veil, things are linear. On the other side, to them, it happens in a nanosecond. So while it may seem like 30, 40 years for us, for the age of Aquarius to come forth, it has really just been a minute to them, if that. Okay? So I'm asking the universe, is there any other information you'd like to bring forward today? They said yes. Go to Radley's deck. Okay, we're going to go to Angel Answers. And they said shuffle it twice. Okay. I've always had to rely on my intuition. I am a child who grew up without parents and often had to rely on my intuition. At a very early age, I became an adult and had to make some adult choices at an early age. And because of that, I called on the angels. I called on my intuition. I called on my ancestors. I called on my father who had died when I was 7 and a half to give me guidance. And while at times it may have seemed a little strange to the people around me and they didn't know what the heck I was doing because I never shared it with anyone, all it took was one person to shame me when I was a young girl. And I said I would never share that gift again until the time was right. And I asked the angels to show me, and they told me when the time would be right. And I had to use it as a guide, my intuition and the angels, as a parent, as a wife, as a friend, as a mother. And yes, I have not always listened, and I've had missteps. I don't say they're mistakes, and even mistakes are not failure. And if people see it that way, I also look at challenges as a time for us to grow, all right, and opportunities to grow. So they did ask me to stop pulling them out, but they did say start to communicate whatever it is clearly. Start to show up clearly. Start to show up, and this is another card where things are beaming from the heart. I think maybe I have to hold it that way. But start to communicate your message very clearly and get real clear yourself about what you are communicating. And this again has come up before. Compromise. Where do you see that you're compromising yourself? Where do you see that you are not showing up authentically? Is that someplace where you really have to think about, is this for me? Is this someplace I need to still show up? Or the ways I've been showing up? Or look at where you have been compromising your voice or your gifts or yourself. And it's also saying, start to improve your health, okay? Start to look at ways of improving your health. In 2017, I was diagnosed with arsenic poisoning. And I'll get into that on another session. But the message came very clearly at that time for me to improve my health. And what I had to do was get rid of a buildup of metals in my body. And one way of doing that was to do a massive detox. And I detoxed for over 6 weeks to 3 months, on and off, on and off. And the result of that was I had better skin, my nails got healthier, I had so much energy. I slept well through the night, and I never had trouble sleeping until this arsenic poisoning happened. And I really noticed how my health improved. And up until at one point, I'd only been having juices and very light foods. And I remember going to the grocery store, and I said, okay, I don't even remember how to grocery shop. What do I like? What do I buy? And I heard them very intuitively, and I heard the angels say, only buy what you truly are called to, that really looks good to you. And I thought, okay, well, the first aisle was meat, and I went to that aisle, and nothing got my eye, nothing caught my attention. There was nothing that really resonated with me. And I was like, that's interesting. And I went down some other aisles, and when I got to the register, I looked down, and I just had a good laugh, because most of the things that were in my basket were fruits and vegetables. And so in 2017, I became a vegetarian. And to add more protein, I learned what to add, some different fishes and occasionally chicken. But for the most part, I don't have dairy unless it's some really good cheese. I will cheat and do that, but not often. And but no milk. I use rice milk. I don't use cow's milk. And cut back on sugar. Gave up a lot of things that I used to really rely on to get me through the day. Now I no longer need them because my energy levels have leveled off. So I'm thankful for that, even though at the time when I heard you have arsenic poisoning, you might only live another 3 to 6 months. I went, what? And yeah, so I'm here today to say you can heal yourself. You can have improved health. And do not compromise your health for anyone. And begin to communicate what it is that you truly, truly, truly desire in your life. What is that vision? Please come on. Or don't waste any more time. Get clear on what your life mission is all about. Get clear about how you wish to go about implementing it. And if it's not something that you can do immediately, set up a timeline. But set it up in a way that you can see it every single day. And put it on your phone. Put it on a calendar. Put it on the wall on a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be a fancy declaration of I'm going to do this on this day. But also begin to allow yourself to grow and to expand. Okay? We all have gifts to bring to this earth. We all have different things that we can bring to the earth at this time. And we're being asked to do that. And we're being asked to really pay attention for how we can be of service and support for each other. Okay, enough for today. Thank you for joining me on Hump Day. Thank you for all of your comments. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for joining my channel. Share this with someone who may need a little pick-me-up today or may need to hear the message. And come on back tomorrow, Thursday. I'm going to have some announcements on Thursday. May have some new videos up, as well as information about the Lionsgate meditation that will happen on Saturday. Okay? So come on back. Looking forward to having you. Take care.